What's going on, guys? Listen, I'm going to show you how we're going to help you land your first or your next data related role in as little as 90 days. Data analyst, data engineer, etc. Right? So, my one favor I need to ask of you, please watch the entirety of this video. It's really short. It's only 5 minutes. The reason is because I want you to come prepared on the call. I want you to have done your research. I want you to know who we are, because the biggest concern we get is, hey, I just clicked on an ad. I don't know who you are. I know that's how it works, but this is why we're going to give you all this information. Okay. So my company is going to guarantee you three results. Number one, we're going to help you identify your skills gap. This is an example of a personalized method. Feel free to copy it. But obviously, the point of a personalized plan is that it's personalized to you depending where you are in your career, right? So it's different than if you go to a boot camp, master's certificate course, right? It's just a one size fits all solution. But what we do is reverse engineer what companies are actually looking for, look at where you're at, and give you the material to fill your gap. By the way, it's the material that we created ourselves. And so, number two, we're going to help you actually apply to those jobs that you're going for. We're going to increase your resume conversion rate. And by the way, we're going to fix your resume a bunch of times, both from a formatting and a skills gap perspective. Okay. And so you're going to be able to work on that personalized plan. That's step number one, while your resume is being worked on throughout the period. Right. And so again, we work with the largest recruiting firms in the world. We know exactly what they're looking for, and we're going to save you hundreds of hours by applying for you. It's half AI, half manual, by the way. And so if you're interested, here's a picture of before and after for one of our clients that went from zero tech background to lead data engineer. And by the way, he's working at that company right now. I just talked to him this morning. He was like, dude, like the senior data engineers are impressed by what I know. And I'm like, yeah, because you learned the best stuff. Even if you have zero tech background, there you go. Feel free to copy it. Feel free to reverse engineer it if you need to. Just pause the video. So, number three, will help you negotiate your final offer. And by the way, this is really important because most people are scared to negotiate. I'm telling you, this 10 minutes of work will make you an extra 15, 30, 50 grand by the end of it. And so, again, we stick with you until you get a job. So the question really is, are you going to do the work? Because a lot of people say, hey, what if this doesn't work for me? And I'm like, well, why wouldn't it? It's work for people that come from zero tech background, and we work with you until you get a job. So there's no deadline per se. Now, obviously, we want to get you there as quickly as possible, 3-6 months at max. But the question is, will you do the work? Because if you do, why wouldn't this work, right? There's a shortage of data positions. We'll talk about that later on. But you're probably wondering, okay, wait, who is this guy? Why can I make such a bold promise? Very simple. I don't want to go too much into detail, but I've worked at Amazon, at Lyft, at Facebook, at startups. I've built data infrastructures from scratch. I was even a math and economics double major, showing you that you don't need a comp sci background to do this. I've almost earned $500,000 a year by year 5 in my career. And by the way, I've helped hundreds of students already. And like I said, we partner with the biggest recruiting firms. Our company is called Data Engineer Academy. Go look it up. We have a free account. You can go there and play around with all the tools, material, all that good stuff. But if you need proof, again, pause the video, just look into it. That's my contract for when I worked at Lyft. I was making 350. The stock went up. I almost made $500,000 a year. And so if you want more proof, because I get it. There's a bunch of stuff online. There you go. There's a bunch of first timers that went from making $0 a month to making almost 12 grand a month, which is about 140K, right? And by the way, again, in the next page, you're going to see a bunch of video testimonials. Check them out. This guy went from 100 to 175, works at Amazon. This guy, no job to lead data engineer. Same with this guy. Again, it's very, very possible. The question is, are you going to do the work? And I can keep going. We can meet one of my other favorite clients. His name is Kang. He got an additional 30K in increase just in the negotiation phase. He also went from 0 to 130. This is somebody out of college. Guys. Like, 130 is possible, okay, out of college, right? So Sanchit, same thing. He had a problem with his resumes. We were able to fix his resume in 1 hour because he had more of a formatting issue than a skills gap. Again, you might need both. You might need one. All I'm saying is this is another person that benefited just from one part of the service, and we give a bunch of parts in the service. Shakar, same thing. He went from 150 to almost 330. This is because he was dealing with visa issues. But again, he just needed a mindset change, right? More than anything. But again, he used all of our services, referrals, behavioral questions, resume, mock interviews, all that good stuff. So how can we help you? It's very, very simple. Remember, at the end of the day, we work with you until you get a job. So the only way this does not work is if you don't put in the effort. And trust me, we've seen it, right? That's the whole point of coaching programs, personalized training, right? It has to be an effort on both sides. We're not going anywhere. We have a brand and a reputation to keep up. The question is, are you going to do it? So if you've heard enough, book a call below so that you can talk to one of my team members. However, if you still need to hear more, let me tell you a little more about what it is we actually do and why it works. It's very, very simple. Number one, it's clarity, right? It goes back to that personalized plan I just showed you. At the end of the day, that's what most people suffer with, right? Because they're trying to figure it out how to do it on YouTube, Coursera, Reddit, Stack Overflow. But the problem is, none of it is actually relevant to getting the job. Let me explain. Think about it. The companies make a decision based on the interview. It could be a 1 hour interview, it could be a 5 hour interview. Yet all of these courses online are just teaching you stuff. It's not teaching you how to actually get the interview, how to present yourself, what to talk about, what kind of technical questions are going to get asked. And so people are wasting 1 to 5 years of their life doing wrong things and letting imposter syndrome overwhelm them instead of just getting a shortcut right to getting the job, right? And so that's what we're doing here. And so, number two, we have the inside scoop. Again, I'm going to say it again. We send out thousands of resumes every single month. We know what a good resume looks like. We know what a bad one does. We know which channels to hit up. We know the tactics to actually get recruiters' attention. We partner with the biggest recruiting firms in the world to know what it is companies are looking for. Guys, we have this down like a machine. We just need you to come in, do the work, and then boom, go ace those interviews. And we'll be with you every step of the way because, again, we're with you until you get a job. It's not a 3 month program. It's not a 6 month program. We want you to get the job. So again, go look at all the testimonials, go do your research online. I want you to do your due diligence before you hop on this call. Because remember, this is exactly the same stuff that helped all these people right here. And so I'm gonna just keep going. Our offer is very, very simple. We're gonna create your personalized plan. We're gonna fix up your resume and connect you with our referral network. We're gonna get you unlimited mock interviews so that you can be ready for the interview. And we're going to help you negotiate at the end. And again, we're with you until you get a job. So there's really no risk unless you slack off. So book a call below. And I'm really, really excited for you to talk to either me or one of my team members. So cheers.